Anthony. Anthony wants to talk about being atheist and bisexual. Anthony, you are on the air with Megan and Christy and Darrel.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. I thought I trusted for audio. Me and my dad have some issues together. First, me being an atheist, and also me being bisexual, since he's a heavy religion guy.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I want to give out some tips on how the tips will get me to help me to explain to my dad is not bad, because I think he's like very following the Bible, saying, "Oh, you're going to hell," like with
right,
all of that shame.
And it was like about like a year or two ago, I came out bisexual on Facebook, and he was very mad because I think he's one of those homophobic people out there.
Yep.
Being a religion guy, but somehow some of my other family members they don't mind it. So I was wondering if you guys got some tips for me to help me to explain to my dad that it's okay for me to be an atheist and bisexual.
Well, I think.
Could I ask how old you are, and are you still dependent upon your parents?
I'm about to be 30 this Saturday, and I live by myself.
Okay, but you're not dependent financially on your father?
No. He's like one of those people that never raised me. Just for some technical reason, he just never raised me. And when me and him talk sometimes, it's always about how religion come into play.
Right.
And I'd say, I mean, first and foremost, I think we're proving fairly scientifically that this is being gay or bisexual or anywhere on the, orientation spectrum is not just a human thing. It is a entire animal kingdom thing. I think maybe cracking open a book or two or going onto, even probably just Googling. I don't have any specific websites in mind personally, but I do know that it is prevalent enough in the rest of the animal kingdom that it is not just the humans. And it's, of course, being atheist, I feel very angry at the idea that a particular religion would say that this is in some way bad or shameful, because it's just not true.
Yeah, I know I tried to explain to him, but it doesn't seem like he get it.
Yeah, and I can appreciate that. The unfortunate divide, I think, between atheism and theism of most sorts, particularly when we're talking about Christianity and organized religion in the West, is that from their perspective, if they really believe what they believe, that, God has set forth these rules, this is the only way to be, if you are not that, then you will go to hell for all of eternity, then from that perspective, it kind of only makes sense that they would be assholes about it,
Yeah.
The only way to be kind would be to be constantly beating that drum, because eternity is a really long time. And so from their perspective, there's really not a lot of options. And so that leaves us with somebody that we really don't have a lot of common ground with in some ways. And so when we're trying to express ourselves, that's really, really difficult to do.
And I think at the end of the day, because I have personally had some interactions with family members, at the end of the day, unfortunately, sometimes for your own personal mental and emotional health, you just have to distance yourself from them. If this person is not going to get over their own religious dogma to accept who you are, then maybe it's worth looking at, distancing from that person if all they're doing is bringing, negativity and shame to your life.
Oh, yeah.
Anthony?
And where are you coming from?
Anthony?
Yes.
Could you kind of give us a thumbnail of how you're living your life now and how your dad may or may not interfere with it where you're at right now?
Well, I live out in Marietta, Georgia, renting an apartment. My dad is all the way in Houston, Texas.
Okay, so there's a lot of distance. Okay.
Yeah.
But you're living your life pretty much the way you want right now without his interference?
Yes.
Well, congratulations.
I would call that a win.
Yeah, seriously. When we're talking about our relationships with our parents and the judgmentalness and some of the ways that they might condemn the way that we are or the way that we choose to live, one of the only real assets that we have to leverage that relationship is our presence. As adults, we do get to decide how to spend our time, whether or not to come home for Thanksgiving, whether or not to engage in these conversations. And I am by no means saying that everybody should just run screaming from their parents because they disagree with them. But in the same way that you're talking about taking ownership of that relationship and whether or not you feel obligated or desire to spend time around somebody, but also leveraging that a little bit and saying, Dad, I love you, I want to spend time with you, but you've got 5 full minutes to tell me about how I should live as a person, and then after that, if you don't stop, I'm gonna leave. And using that only power that you really have, which is your presence, as a way of sort of dictating the terms of what you do and don't find acceptable in your relationship.
Okay.
And I also think it's very important that you are, in your own way, you are showing him that, someone can live without God and someone can live being bisexual, and that it is not the end of the world. It's actually the beginning of an even better life. And just being the proof that things, how should I say, being living proof that it's not a terrible thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I would underline what Christy just said, that what Christy's suggesting is you setting boundaries with your father. You might want to read up on what it means to set boundaries. I'd also recommend you go look at our website, Recovering from Religion website. We have tons of resources on how to talk to religious relatives, how to deal with parents religious. So you might want to go look at some of that. David McAfee has got a good book out called Mom, Dad, I'm an Atheist. So there's a lot of resources out there.
But Anthony, I hope that helps you in your journey a little bit.
Oh, it does.
Oh, good. Good. Well, thank you so much for your call.
Yeah, take care. Thank you so much.